Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us for today's webinar, What's New in Kinetic Release 2025.2. We appreciate you taking the time to join us today. My name is Mayela Gonzalez, and I will be your organizer for this session. Before we begin, I just want to take a few moments and go over some housekeeping items. You'll notice there are multiple tools you can use both in your console window and in the toolbar on the bottom of your screen. Feel free to engage with us as much as you want, reacting with a thumbs up if you like what you see, or filling out today's survey to get the conversation going. All the engagement tools on your screen are resizable and movable, so you're welcome to move them around to get the most out of your monitor space. All attendee lines will be muted throughout the duration of this session. If you have any questions, please enter them into the Q&A chat box in your console window. This webinar is being recorded, and you will receive a link to view it on demand via email. Here's our safe harbor statement. As with all technology platforms and solutions, dates, statistics, and details highlighted in this presentation are subject to change. Tim Shoemaker will be kicking off this session for us. Tim, you now have the floor and can get started.
Thank you very much. So today you're going to hear from these three people, myself, Jen Trifthauser, and Matt Meyer. And we're just going to have a section here. And then following that, Stephanie's going to be leading us through some of your questions. So feel free to use the Q&A section to ask some questions as you go. That way we don't forget until later. When we build out a release, we anchor it around several themes, and these are our guideposts that show where we're focused and how we're delivering the real value. Each theme ties directly to features in this release. Worker productivity with AI. It's our AI tools like Prism, streamline RFQs to cut down cycle time and speed supplier suggestions. Focus on sustainability. Our carbon cost posting helps manufacturers track and report their green footprint. Your voice in action, our delivery plans and the copy line updates reflect how your customer feedback through Epicor Ideas is being addressed. Accelerate value with extended solutions, such as Grow, ECM, Quick Ship, IP&O, Quick Start, deliver faster value through integrations. Digital transformation, such as self-tooling, our UX updates, power tools, these all accelerate your move to the cloud. These 5 themes shape how we built the 2025 release and highlight how we're bringing meaningful and practical improvements to show you how to run better every day. So I'm Tim Shoemaker. As I said, I'm Distinguished Product Manager, and today we're talking Core Kinetic and what's new and what's improved and how these updates will make a real difference to you. Our first new feature to highlight is delivery plans, which received 39 votes in Epicor Ideas. This feature streamlines large delivery order management by letting you add lines and releases in a flexible way. And it automatically updates the linked sales order lines whenever the plan changes. The real value here is that users no longer have to manually update multiple order lines and releases if a customer shifts a schedule for one of your deliveries. This really saves time and reduces errors. A workflow engine we have the action plans workflow for task sets. This is something that isn't quite finished yet. And so what we're going to be doing over the next few releases is fixing this. We announced this several months back, or several releases back, and we were hoping to have it in the release, and we continually get questions about this. We hope to have this completely done within the next few releases. Carbon cost posting to statistical accounts is the final phase of the carbon cost rollup feature that we added, and it creates carbon fields for statistical accounts within your general ledger. We have GL control codes that have these new fields for statistical GL account numbers, for carbon values. So instead of posting to dollars, we're posting carbon content. The value here is it aligns with Kinetic, with the global sustainability initiatives, and extends the carbon cost roll-up that we built several releases ago into your financial functions. Our next feature is one we've dubbed Back from the Dead, the landing page for part entry. With 320 votes, it was the most popular idea in this particular release. There was also 106 comments on this idea. This is one of the most popular requests we've ever had. We removed it, and our customers made it very clear they wanted the landing page back. So it is. But we didn't stop there. Not only did we restore the landing page with its powerful filtering options, we also gave customers the ability to hide it. Just not in part entry, though. We also did this with just about every landing page in the system. One of the reasons we took it away is because we had a lot of customers vote to remove it. So this is one of those situations where we needed both options. So whether you love the landing page and you want to have it, or you can't stand it and you want to take it away, you're in control. There's real value here. You can turn it back off again if you didn't want it. Continuing on our theme of the last few years, we're adding more inactive flags to setup tables. This time it's for operations. And with 83 votes, customers wanted a way to block old or unused operations from being selected in job entry and engineering workbench and quote engineering. If it's inactive, you can't use it in the future going forward, but it won't disrupt existing bills of materials. The value is simple: cleaner data. Downstream, you can eliminate the use of something you no longer want to use. Next up is the Epicor Cloud Management Portal. This gives customers more self-service control in the cloud. Now, in the cloud, you can self-update minor releases in non-production, plus handle things like database refreshes and task agent restarts and data model regenerations. Coming soon, you'll also be able to self-update inside of your production accounts as well, and even self-upgrade for major releases starting in 25.2. The value is clear: more autonomy, faster turnaround, and flexibility to run these tasks on your schedule and not on ours. Here, we've got a few more core Kinetic enhancements. The big one is the ability to run PO suggestions at the same time as MRP. In the past, when MRP runs, it would lock the system down, meaning buyers had to wait before they could act on any suggestions that were already created. With this change, you can examine and execute those PO suggestions while MRP is still running, eliminating delays and speeding up purchasing decisions. In addition, we've added a copy line function to the sales order entry, and we've improved how average cost and last cost are updated for make direct items. Two of these nice quality of life improvements that make the system smarter and easier to use. Here we have three more Kinetic enhancements worth calling out. First, we've enhanced job batching, so now it supports revision and attribute inventory. Second, we optimized global scheduling to eliminate unnecessary historical data checks, which speeds up the scheduling process. And third, for lot controlled parts, you no longer need to make them PCID controlled in order to get the next lot to use. This gives you more flexibility with lot tracking. Our last set of core Kinetic updates focuses on PCID functionality. We continue to expand how PCIDs can be used across the system, from transfers to inventory transactions to inspections and even container receipts. The goal here is simple: make PCIDs more flexible and more useful in everyday operations. There's still several more applications we want to add this to. We're making strides to doing that with every release. And that wraps up the Kinetic core updates. But now let's shift gears to look at some of the things that we've done inside of Epicor tooling. Let's start with Application Studio. First, usability enhancements. We've added customizable themes so that users can set color schemes at the company or site level. You can also skip landing pages and go straight to detail views. Use smarter grid filters and take advantage of new calendar options like highlighting today's date, non-working day settings, and contextual actions. Next, personalization management. Instead of wiping out all personalizations at once, you can now manage them individually. And finally, matrix containers. This is a new grid style layout within App Studio, allowing you to customize the way that rows and columns appear. This is great for high density entry forms and dashboards and configurators. These improvements make the environment cleaner and to navigate and easier, and data entry more flexible. Let's talk about how Epicor is transforming the way our users approach testing, especially in fast-paced environments during upgrade cycles. It's been designed and implemented and used first by Epicor's own QA team. The Recoder app empowers our QA teams and you, our customers, to automate UI and API testing of your processes and customizations without writing any lines of code. It records users' journeys and API flows directly in the browser, making test creation intuitive and fast. With reusable test plans and auto-generated scripts, users are saving up to 80% of their validation time. This means faster testing and more confidence in every upgrade. Now, Recoder includes a modern dashboard where users can organize your test plans, configure parameters, and merge. The visual breakdown of the pass, fail, skip tests helps teams triage issues quickly and efficiently. Epicor's Test Recoder isn't just a testing tool, it's a productivity accelerator. It's designed to help with more thorough and efficient testing with less effort. Let's talk about the new Powers Tools client. We still have a handful of applications that need a client download. Things like DMT, Epicor Functions, Advanced Print Routing, and Service Designer for SDK for the Software Developer Kit. For those Power users that use one of those tools, the Power Tools client is a lightweight version that provides access to these key development tools. It's available starting in 2025.2 as a free download from Epic Web. Keep in mind, you still have to have a valid license for those individual tools. So if you don't have the SDK, you're not getting that for free. But the client does allow you to access those specialized tools. And one quick note, contract assemblies continue to support DMT, and if you have Service Connect, those Service Connect workflows. And so if you're going to use those, you still need to get this Power Tools client to address that. On the Kinetic Tools side, multi-company support for a solution workbench can now install solutions across multiple companies in one go, deploying shared files once and company-specific components individually. And we would be negligent if we didn't call this out yet one more time. The Smart Client, or also known as Classic Forms, will be retired in May of 2026. So this upcoming 2025.2 release will be the last version where the Smart Client is available. After that, the browser UI becomes the standard. That means that now's the time to prepare. If you need to migrate dashboards or transform any customizations, Or to get up to speed on the new Power Tools client, we have those resources and FAQs and webinars available. And if you're already in the cloud, you should be planning this right now. The bottom line is, don't wait until the last minute. Because once you're at 2026.1, you will no longer have the smart client in order to get your customizations upgraded. So that wraps up the updates in Kinetic Core and Kinetic Tools. Now I'm going to hand it over to Jen, who's going to walk you through what's new in our extended business applications, the solutions that connect into Kinetic and expand its value even further. Jen?
Thanks, Tim. So I'm going to review highlights from new enhancements for many of our business applications. But if I cover any products that you have questions about or are in need of more information, most of these slides have QR codes that you can scan to learn more information about. But I also highly encourage you to reach out to your CAM so you can have that discussion on what is the best application for your business. So getting us started is Prism. Prism is Kinetic's embedded AI copilot that streamlines operations, sharpens decisions, and accelerates responses, delivering measurable gains across the business. Prism is currently available in Kinetic Cloud in the US and Canada, but we're planning international availability in 2026. I'm excited to introduce our newest agent we're calling Prism Business Communications. It's the industry's first ERP AI agent with outcomes-based pricing. So you only pay when RFQs become purchase orders. It's fully embedded in Kinetic and it automates supplier communications to cut RFQ cycle time, eliminate manual steps, and reduce risk. And now field service management. FSM keeps your teams connected, streamlining every service job from scheduling to completion. There have been some recent major upgrades, starting with the FSM portal, where ERP synced schedules, multiple technician visibility on service reports, and progress tracking. On the mobile app, technicians can now record equipment interactions, online or offline, and use a new agenda view. While Kinetic integration enhances consistency with shared serial numbers and editable custom fields across platforms. Epicor CPC is process control software designed for modern manufacturing, connecting people, devices, and data to streamline operations and ensure quality. It delivers real-time visibility, device integration, and configurable workflows to help manufacturers digitize and optimize their production processes. In conjunction with the Kinetic 25.2 release, CPC released a new version in August. There were over 70 new features introduced in this release. We focused heavily on usability. Navigation is smoother, labels are dynamic, and layouts are cleaner, making CPC easier to use across tabs, filters, and the work instructor editor. We've also introduced improved integration with the ability to sync materials, multi-piece processing, with new backend structures and UI tools to support batch operations, quantity tracking, and reject scrap reporting. And Grow BI, this product continues to evolve with two powerful new additions. First, we're introducing advanced MES dashboards, 8 visualizations that give manufacturers deep insights into performance, downtime, and quality metrics. They're available today with Advanced MES version 8.03. And partnering with the Epicor Commerce team, we're rolling out Commerce dashboards, enabling teams to track e-commerce activity and customer behavior in real time. These enhancements empower smarter decisions across operations and sales. You can see these demo dashboards when you scan the QR code on the screen. All right, here's Automation Studio powered by Ricardo. We've renamed Epicor Industry Templates to Community Recipes, which is exclusive to our Epicor Automation Studio community. In addition, we've created a new recipe that enables effortless inventory sync from Epicor Kinetic to Shopify. And very excited to share that Automation Studio is now deployed in the Mercado data center in Australia to support those regulatory compliances. Epicor Financials Core 25.2 makes it easier to manage your business by adding new tools to track carbon emissions, meet international trade rules, and speed up payment confirmations. These updates help companies stay compliant, improve sustainability tracking, and simplify day-to-day financial tasks. Our CSFs continue to help you remain globally compliant. You can see here the many updates we're releasing as part of 25.2. You can also use the QR code here to gather more information on CSFs as part of our Global Business Management Suite. So many great improvements coming with a new release of FP&A. The FP&A team has now improved self-service by providing user or admin controls, which reduce support and IT team dependencies. We've made significant improvements on data synchronization by adding a new auto restart feature that helps recover from incomplete data loads. A new and more powerful BAQ mapping capability on the web UI is also now available. There was so much more to the enhancements, so please reach out to your CAM to learn more. With this release of Cash Collect, users can now clearly see the surcharge percentage and transaction fee before completing a payment. This improves transparency and avoids surprises, giving customers full visibility into the total payment amount upfront. The team has enhanced the auto pay feature. Users can now edit or update their payment methods directly in the Manage Automatic Payment screen. It makes auto pay setup more flexible and user-friendly. And now users have more control, reducing delays in communication by resending emails that have been stuck in the queue over an hour. We continue to add more integrations with Epicor ECM. First, partnering with Prism. The ECM agent now links documents from the content library, giving your users greater transparency and confidence in the information provided. In addition, Grow BI and ECM can now create visualizations with data connected to the Grow Data platform, and an exciting enhancement for ECM AP automation for freight. Epicor IPNO is now integrated with the Grow Data platform, bringing you an easier way to import data fields to create custom user interfaces. And Grow BI will replace the IPNO's current Amazon QuickSight functionalities, bringing it inside Epicor to provide easier enhancements and more flexibility. Epicor CPQ has so many cool new enhancements. First is a new integration enhancement with Kinetic. The multi-line configuration improves the quote line configurations, resulting in less manual work and increasing accuracy. And now within CPQ, you can generate a 3D asset from a 2D image. Feedback we've received has shown a reduction in time to value up to 40 hours per asset. But the most anticipated and asked about is our Epicor CPQ Starter Pack. They have been designed to accelerate implementation, reduce overhead, and simplify management of configurations. We want to ensure we have the best solution for you. Our early adopter program will start for this in 25.2, and we're planning for a GA in November of this year. I cannot wait to hear the results of this from all of you. With Customer EDI, the users can now view status updates for outbound documents inside Kinetic, reducing the need for multiple applications open. We are expanding your shipping power by adding 12 new LTL carriers to QuickShip, which brings us to 22 total LTL carriers available. And since Amazon Shipping is the fastest growing parcel carrier in the US, the QuickShip team has also added this to our superpowers. And last but not least, we are integrating with Prism AI to bring you shipping status and freight profitability insights within Kinetic. Epicor Commerce has invested to create performance-optimized homepage templates. This will improve page load times and reduce ERP dependency with out-of-the-box templates tailored to different performance tiers. And now you can sync product data from Epicor Commerce directly to your Google Merchant Center to leverage Google's shopping feed integration. In Epicor, EKW, or Kinetic Warehouse, puts the power of Kinetic in your hands by providing a first-class, modern Android app that interacts with Kinetic in real time. Version 5 enables you to accelerate and control the flow of work on the shop floor and through the warehouse by way of a new configurator that allows you to easily build scan templates, the ability to bundle products into phantom packs, and with new functionality leveraging BPMs. Another key update from the Biscuit team is a new documentations available across all platforms. You can see the link at the bottom of this slide. Epicor Proof of Delivery, or POD, provides your staff with the ability to capture customer signatures and proof of delivery photos directly from their Android or Apple smartphone, automatically storing those images in Kinetic. With recipient name, timestamps, and pack numbers automatically stored directly on the signatures image, you will have the proof you need to get paid at your fingertips. Our newly added partner solution as of June 2025 is SourceDay. SourceDay supports discrete manufacturers by extending Kinetic to your entire direct spend supplier network to ensure that every purchase order is properly managed from PO creation until goods receipt at the line and release level. With under a 12-week implementation time, our customers are seeing the value of SourceDay for fast adoption and ROI. Seagull Software has introduced several enhancements for Bartender to improve labeling efficiency and future readiness. Its optimized print engine boosts print speed by 12% through better trigger file processing and streamlined workflows. Compatibility with .NET 8 and Windows Server 2025 ensures long-term system support. And expanded in-app messaging keeps users informed about license limits and subscription status for uninterrupted operations. And for Forecast Pro, the latest features deliver powerful tools to streamline collaboration, improve accuracy, and save time. Item status assignments let you assign a status to each item on the navigator for a more streamlined forecast review process. The new Compare Forecast utility enables you to evaluate different forecasting methods side by side and apply the best option with a single click. Full availability of APM, Advanced Project Management. We're excited to announce availability of the full Epicor APM solution that now offers the following modules in addition to Advanced Project Accounting. We have Contract Management. It's a game changer for anyone who struggles with variation claims or compliance under IFRS 15 or ASC 606. We have Subcontract Manufacturing, where users gain real control over cost and progress claims. And finally, Data and Analytics give you the real-time pulse of your projects. Whether you're a PM, a project manager, a CFO, or in operations, having instant access to project KPIs means better, faster decision-making. Epicor ARM, or Advanced Requisition Management, introduces impactful updates to streamline data entry and enhance user experience. ARM is compatible with Kinetic 25.2 and now supports Linux. A major new feature in EDA is Flex Modes. This supports multiple analysis modes so you can work with a grid that best suits your needs. It makes analysis more flexible and personalized. EDA financial statements combined the current and budget menus into a new unified streams menu. And EDA budget planning now offers flexible hierarchy levels multiple dimension filters, and a new budget. ADP is now available for US and Canada. The integration with Kinetic will improve the current existing ADP low-level flat file integration, which was very basic, manual, and time-consuming. With the enhanced integration, customers can now select from a wide variety of modules to manage their workflows, process payroll, and offer benefits and talent management to their employees and more. And over the past 6 months, Sovos has made it faster and easier for Epicor customers to manage compliance, from real-time location status in filings to streamline exemption workflow without images. Before we open it up for QA, Matt will share the cloud upgrade schedule and process for best practices. Matt, over to you.
Thanks, Jen. Great overview as always. Now let's shift gears and take a look at key dates for 25.2 upgrade. So time to mark the calendars for our upgrade this fall. You'll see here on the left-hand side, you'll see the data centers. We're listing them 2 different weekends that we're doing the work. The first set of data centers will be Germany, India, UK, UAE. You see the dates there, which is October 2nd to the 4th for pilot, additionals, and education. You have your testing window, followed by the production upgrade November 7th to the 9th. The next set of data centers that will go will be ANZ, Canada, our MT and Express customers, Singapore, US Central, US GovCloud. Their pilot upgrades and additionals will be October 9th through the 11th, with your production upgrade November 14th through the 16th. On the left-hand side here, you'll see some key deadlines. Some of the key deadlines here are requesting a data refresh to be September 24th. So if you would want your data to be refreshed from production to pilot so you can test with current data, please put a request in by September 24th. If you are a Flex customer and you opt to Flex this upgrade this fall, please ensure you put the Flex in by September 26th. Again, the key dates here for the other data centers are October 2nd and October 9th on those dates. Again, the refresh is September 24th. However, the dates here listed on the left, you can use, if you're in public cloud, you can use the Epicor CMP tool to refresh your own database up to 24 hours before the start of the upgrade. The upgrades will start pilot additionals on those dates, October 2nd, October 9th. They will start at 7 p.m. local data center time. We will release them by Saturday morning, October 4th at 11:59 a.m. Likewise, the next week will be the other regions will be October 9th at 7 p.m. Once the upgrade is cleared, we will then release status.epicor.com. So if you want to be notified when we're done, ensure that you are signed up for status.epicor.com to ensure that you are notified when we clear out the upgrade status window. Once that's cleared, users can log into pilot and start testing. There will be one minor update to our pilot environments October 28th and 29th. That'll be for all global customers on 25.2. Production dates. First data set of regions, data center regions, will be November 7th through November 9th. The second set will be the following week, November 14th through the 16th. A little bit different here. These start Friday at 10 p.m. local data center time, and they will be released by Sunday morning, 11:59 in each of the weekends. Our production upgrade for our multi-tenant Express customers, if you do have things that need to be fixed, custom configurations in pilot, you can request that we move those for you by Tuesday, November 11th through EpiCare. All other data centers, you have access to the solution workbench, and you can self-manage your own configurations. Likewise, with our production environment post-upgrade, we will release it through status.epicor.com. You will get notified that it's been all cleared. At that point, your system admins can log in and import configurations and do what you need to do internally on that Saturday or Sunday when it's released to you. Again, around the refreshes, this is important that we do not do refreshes after the upgrade happens. So if you put in a refresh request after the upgrade happens, it will be denied because it is no longer a refresh. It is a refresh and a complete upgrade of your environment. So it is key to get, if you want us to do it, to get those refreshes in by September 24th. Again, for some of our cloud customers in public cloud, you have the option to do it through the cloud management portal, and you can do that up to 24 hours before the upgrade starts. So if you're in Germany, you can do it October 1st, 24 hours before 7 p.m. on October 2nd. And our multi-tenant express customers, your refresh is, as always, on schedule, third Sunday of every month. We refresh your database. So we will be doing that as we normally do. Our customers with the Flex option, ensure you put your Flex request in by September 26th and pick one of the dates below. So you'll raise a ticket through EpiCare and pick Flex 1 option, which is January 19th through the 20th for pilot and additionals, and your production upgrade of February 20th and 21st, or pick Flex option 2 and have it upgraded on pilot and additionals February 16th through the 17th, and your production will be March 20th. So best practices for testing and pilot: log in and test. Test end-to-end processes. Make sure you monitor your failed configurations. The most important thing is printing customer-facing documents. You don't want a document that you need to send out Monday morning and not have tested that prior to Monday morning of the upgrade. Again, anything that you do Monday mornings that are critical to your business, make sure those are tested and validated prior to the upgrade. And again, your pilot and additionals will be upgraded one time during this testing window. It'll be the end of October when we upgrade those environments. One of the tips below we'll talk about in a second is the sample test plan. Customer-facing documents, we're getting better at customer-facing documents where we're storing them in the database. We're getting close to having that 100%, but until that time, if you need to move data between SSRS data between production and pilot, we have a lot of customers that will do custom reports and they'll build them right in production and use them in production. When we refresh databases, those do not move with the database. They are in a separate database. You would need to open both versions, 25.1 and 25.2, download the report style, and then upload it into pilot. Moving forward, that would be in there then for the next upgrade. But again, if it's not in pilot and you get an error that says the RDL does not exist, you will need to move it from production down to pilot. Our configuration upgrade dashboard. This is a key area for our customers in the cloud, is being able to go to one location to determine what you've customized. A lot of customers I talk to are unsure of what's been customized. Maybe somebody left the company, they built a bunch of BPMs, a bunch of report styles, a bunch of RDDs. They're unsure of what's out there that's custom. This is where you go to find out what is custom in your environment. We list all your BPMs, we list your dashboards, we list all your report styles, any report definition you built, and your custom menus within this platform here. So this is a key area during the testing window to log in here, validate what you've customized within the platform. And finally, our checklist. Number one, attending the webinar here. You're here. Watching and reviewing our future summary, reviewing the release notes. Again, the sample test plan that I talked about, download that from Epic Web. Make it your own, right? Download it once and build on it. As you grow in the cloud and build more configurations, customizations, make sure you're adding that to your test plan so that when you do the next update, you pull up your test plan and you know exactly what you need to test. So during the 6 months between the next release, if you add BPMs, add whatever you may add in your environment, add it to your test plan to make sure you're testing it on the next release. And then resolve any custom configuration issues you may have. Again, print those customer-facing dashboards and review any weekly processes that you may have or daily processes. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Stephanie.
Hey everyone, thank you, Matt. So what I wanted to do is share some important resources to help your organization set up for a successful cloud upgrade. So first, we want to highlight the Kinetic in the Cloud page for you, and that includes a list of important upgrade deadlines and dates, and there's even a calendar feature where you can save dates to Outlook. And you'll also find today's webinar recording linked here probably sometime next week. Next, we have the feature summary, and that's available for the controlled release and that you can read today. We suggest that you review it to guide you through the new features. That'll be to decide whether you want to use them right away or if you want to roll them out at a later date. What's helpful about it is that it's organized by area of business, so it makes it easier to find out the features that pertain to each functional area. And the final version will be uploaded to Epic Web by mid-October. The 25.2 release notes lists the fixes that are included in the upgrade, and we suggest as a best practice to reference this document as you are testing in pilot, and that would be accessible directly from your Kinetic help and support panel. What else do we have? We have the sample test plan that Matt mentioned, and we suggest that you customize it for your organization and use this as a checklist to make sure that those critical operations are tested before the upgrade, including walking through your business processes end to end. And then finally, we have the feature spotlight videos, and we're getting some questions in the Q&A, and so I highly recommend checking out these new feature spotlight videos. They are focused learning sessions that introduce new product features, and it shows how it works, why it's important, and oftentimes you'll see a brief demo of the new functionality. So you can access the feature spotlight videos in our brand new Epicor Learning Center. And if you haven't checked that out, it is our new learning tool that has a modern interface that helps with personalization for training your users so they can become product experts. Before we open it up for the Q&A, I wanted to recommend some next steps. So if you haven't already, if you're in the cloud, sign up for those notifications for Kinetic for your data center on status.epicor.com. And this is how you will be notified of any of the all clears for any minor update or major upgrade. And then next is that Kinetic in the Cloud 2025.2 page in Epic Web to look for important dates for your organization. Make sure that the dates are for your data center. So read the calendar carefully, and to make things easier, download those dates to Outlook. And while you are browsing Epic Web, another best practice is to read through the what's new in 2025.2 under the documentation, so you can find out all the new things that are coming in the release. Finally, between your pilot and production upgrades, modify that sample test plan. We can't emphasize it enough to make sure that you have thoroughly tested before your production upgrade. And up next, what we want to do is open it up for some questions. We're getting a lot through the chat, and we will do our best to answer them. Let me pull them up 1 second. Okay, can we get a copy of these slides? Yes, these slides will be available. If you have registered for the webinar, you will get an email with a link to the recording where you can also get a copy of the slides. It'll also be uploaded to the Kinetic in the Cloud 25.2 page in Epic Web. Another question, this one, Tim, this question is for you. Will turning off landing pages be on a user basis or company-wide? Tim, are you on? Okay.
Yes, I am. Now I am.
Okay.
So it is a personalization at this point. So each person has to do it at each screen. So it's not a global setting. You go into part entry and turn off landing page for that screen, and it works for that person. It's not something that is company-wide. There is discussion about making it a company-wide customization as well, but right now it is not.
Okay, thank you. Next up, this is a question for our on-prem customers. They want to know when 2025.2 will be available for download, and the GA date is scheduled for October 16th. I don't know the day of the week that is, but
That's Thursday.
Okay, thanks.
It's always a Thursday.
Then there are some questions on DMT. When will tools like DMT and advanced routing be available in the browser and no client is needed?
So advanced print routing and DMT, there is no date set, and I don't think we've even begun the work on those. I do know that Epicor Functions is going to be in as a preview in 26.1, and once it is stable, then it will no longer be part of the Power Tools. So we're working on them.
Let's see, Tim, while I have you on, try to get some questions. Okay, here's another one about performance. Why are the tracker screens slower than classic entry screens?
So that's not our experience, but I do know that people who run the new screens when they launch the smart client and then run the new screens, they are slower in that mode. If you're running it from Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge, they should be faster than the smart clients, the old smart client screens were. I would say, if you're having a really negative experience with all of them, submit a support call. We want to know about that, because we're hearing from many customers that it is faster. So that's it may be system dependent there, or internet dependent, depending on what your internet speed is.
Thanks, Tim. We do have some more questions on the Kinetic screens. Will this version have Kinetic screens for inspection plans and a way to enter inspection results?
So inspection plans right now, as of, for several releases now, have had the ability to enter inspection results. One of the things we did when we changed to the browser version is we eliminated the need to have the product configurator screen to build an inspection plan. Before, in the smart client, you had to literally, if you want to have an inspection plan, you had to ask 10 questions. You had to define what the questions and possible answers were, and then you had to design a screen and put those 10 questions onto a screen that was then used. We enhanced this so that it automatically builds the screen based on your questions. That said, now you can do that, and it creates it as a grid for you to enter data. We did have some customers say that they were not happy with that. They needed to do things like display an image, or they wanted to change the behavior. They wanted to have conditional questions. There is a document that has been created that you can get that allow you to actually go into App Studio and build your own screen for the inspection plans. I would encourage you, if you're in one of those situations where the automatic screen is not good for you, and you may need to see some training on how to build an inspection plan screen. You probably should contact your CAM or professional services consulting services to get more help on that.
Thank you, Tim. I'm trying to answer some questions while you're talking. Okay. Next question. Well, we have been getting some questions about the Epicor Cloud Management tool, the self-service functionality. I think rather than answer them all because there are many, what I would like to do is we plan on having, there is a webinar that will be scheduled in mid-October where we'll go into greater detail about the new self-managed update functionality and also touch on self-upgrades so you can get your questions answered there. Another question related to the cloud management portal is, do you have steps to perform the data refresh for pilot? And what I would encourage you to do is there are lots of resources available for the Epicor Cloud Management portal. And what you can do is in the Kinetic help and support panel, type in, enter Cloud Management portal, and there will be a list of articles and even videos for you to walk you through those steps. Question for Tim. What reporting tool are you replacing SSRS with?
So the answer to that is I can't say it yet. So I can't give you the answer today because we are in literally the last days or last hours of a contract negotiation. In fact, it may already be signed right now. I have not gotten the 100% confirmation. So just to reassure everyone, we do know that SSRS is being retired by Microsoft. We have been working on this for literally years. We've been having discussions about what we were going to replace SSRS and Crystal with. We have found a tool. It is a very good tool. And the good news is that when we replace it, it's not going to be like last time when we replaced Crystal with SSRS. When we did that, you had to go in and redo all your customizations. When we do this new tool, assuming everything works the way it's supposed to, it should be fairly transparent as far as the actual conversion of your reports. If you've customized your SSRS reports, they should still continue to be used with this new tool done by a different company. But it also has additional functionality that you will all like. One that I've mentioned multiple times is it has the ability to print QR codes. So you can enhance your job traveler, for example, to print QR codes instead of other barcodes. So be on the lookout. We should be making a marketing announcement about this new tool. We still have a lot of planning and tooling to do internally to make this work. So there should be some new news coming soon.
Thanks, Tim. Let's see. Maybe I'll give this one to Tim. When is the paste update function going to be available?
The paste update, it is available. Okay. So I don't understand the question. If you're in a grid view like sales order lines, you can paste update into sales order lines. You can go into journal entries and you can paste update. So it is available. It's been available in the smart client in the browser for 2 years, 3 years. So if you have a problem, a specific problem, and you can't get something to work, please let us know. One disclaimer is that if it's a landing pages themselves do not support paste updates. And so, for example, you go into ABC codes and you can see all the ABC codes on the landing page, and you cannot do a paste update on that landing page. So some people look at the landing page and go, oh, that's a grid. I should be able to do a paste update. The answer is no, you can't do it in landing pages themselves. But in other grids, you can do paste updates, you can do paste adds just fine.
Thanks. We have been getting some more cloud management portal questions around US GovCloud access. So GovCloud availability is planned for the first half of 2026, and it will be delivered with other GovCloud related projects. So stay tuned for sometime next year on availability.
There's a couple questions on DMT and advanced and doing things like command line processing with DMT. We're not changing DMT and its functionality, even though it's part of Power Tools. So yes, you'll still be able to do everything you've been able to do before with the DMT that's inside of Power Tools. It does not change that functionality.
Okay. For those presenters, if there are any other questions that you want to open up to the Q&A, please share. I think things are slowing down, and we've tried to get to as many as possible. If we didn't, we will answer your questions offline.
Steph, I see one here for Tim.
Okay.
That I specifically around field help. Tim, you know how we've been talking that it's really good in Classic, and there's a question: will it be ported over to Kinetic, and what will field help look like there?
Yeah, so we're continuing to build that. The long sad story is that these field help is stored in multiple places. There was a database version of field help, and there was actually field help that was embedded directly in the smart client. And so when you would say, show me field help, sometimes you were looking at the one that was in the database, and sometimes you were looking at what was sitting in the smart client's information. Obviously, if you're not running the smart client, you're in a browser, that smart client information is no longer available to you. And so that's what people say is, oh, it's missing. Well, yeah, it's missing. And the sad story is we didn't notice that's the way it was designed until after we started going there. And so we have had to extract the data out of the smart client and move it to a database field within the database. That process, we've made several passes on it. We're still working on it. It's getting better and better. If you're looking at a version that's 2 versions old, you may, yeah, you're right. It's not there. The latest version is a lot closer to what it used to be. We also are if you're in the cloud, we're using Prism to do more information with help and building out help answers. So that might also come into play as we move forward. I see a question about multi-select. There is an Epicor idea about multi-select. That's not a new, it's not a feature that's in the software yet.
Anything else that you want to answer? Okay. Oh, we are right at time. Mayela, I will hand it over to you. Mayela, are you there?
Thank you. Yeah,
okay.
Thank you. That wraps it up for us today. If you had any questions that weren't answered for you during this webinar, don't worry, we'll be saving each of them and reaching out to you to get them answered. If you have additional questions, you can contact us by using the Contact Us widget located in the toolbar on the bottom of your screen. This webinar has been recorded, and you will receive a link to view it on demand via email. If you have not done so, please take some time to fill out today's short survey located on your console. On behalf of all of us at Epicor, thank you for joining us. We hope you have a wonderful afternoon, and we look forward to meeting with you again soon. Thank you, everyone.